Alright, here is a quick tutorial on how to get VR set up for Arma 3. Once you boot up your game, you're going to want to go to Options, Video, Display, set your display mode to full screen window, and I set my aspect ratio to 16:9, and OK. Back to Options and then Game. You want to go to Layout. And here you're basically going to want to move all of your HUD in, because you can see by the Arma 3 default it's all on the side, and in VR mode you're going to have to be looking all over. It just makes it a lot easier to have it centered here. So however you want to set it up, you can readjust this later, but okay. And that's all you're going to need to do in Arma for now. Now there's three things you're going to want to download here. You need your libovrwrapper. You download that. That's pretty easy to install. Once you download it, it'll have I believe a batch file. It'll automatically install it for you. You're going to need OpenTrack. Once you have your OpenTrack installed, you should already have it running. You're just going to want to, stop this, make sure that your input is whatever you're using. So for me, Oculus Rift HMD, and your output is going to be FreeTrack 2.0. And for your options, a lot of this doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you want here. The biggest one I use is the center shortcut, because whenever you're in VR, it's always handy to have a button that'll recenter you. So I have it bound to one of the buttons on my joystick. Okay, none of this matters. Relative translation, you want to have this enabled, and I have disable effect by roll and disable for Z. You guys can play around with that though. And then you want to add Arma here, so you go to your file path to your Arma3.exe, set it to default, okay. And whenever you're ready to use it, after doing mapping, all this should be 0 to 100, except for your roll. I set that to 0 to 60-ish. And then you're good for OpenTrack. I'm just going to go ahead and start it now. And then, let's see right here. And then the last software you're going to need is your Arma FOV Changer. We're going to download that. Alright, once you get your Arma FOV Changer open, you want to open up this first box here. You're going to set it to the file path to your Arma 3 profile. So mine's under this PC, Documents Arma 3, and it's going to be this one right here. It's going to be username.arma3profile. Open, and then for my screen resolution, set width to 960, height to 1080, and then an 8 to 9 aspect ratio, and FOV of 110. You'll hit change it FOV, and that's all you need to do. You can do this part in game, but make sure you come into controllers. You might have to hit refresh, but just make sure your track IR is enabled. I had to figure out how to do that. Okay, and that should be it. So I'm going to go ahead and build a little mission, give you guys an example of what it